Hey, what's shaking, everyone? This is your boy, Jay. Haven't released a video on YouTube in quite some time. Quite some time. I've done a couple of little doofy things on Facebook and that sort of thing, but haven't really released much on YouTube uh, for a lot of reasons, which I will briefly get into now. The whole reason I'm doing this is because I've been asked to do it, and that means a lot, to have somebody say, hey, I enjoyed what you're doing, keep doing that. I like that. It's nice. Um, Obviously, I'm not back at the lair. I'm here at the gym, right behind me here. This is a cell phone video, so the quality may not be as good as what you might be accustomed to. Um, yeah, I haven't really been doing much with YouTube, clearly. Um, it's not that I just completely gave up on it, but a lot of things have happened. When I started the channel, a couple years ago, whenever, I didn't really know what I wanted it to be. I just knew that I wanted to make content, put it out there. It wasn't an intent to be a famous star or anything like that. I mean, obviously cool if it happened, but it wasn't. It wasn't about me trying to do that. It was about um, just trying to kind of get content out there and try to move and shake with some other content creators and that sort of thing. And so that was kind of just a hobby, something to do, and I enjoyed it. Um, but things happen, like the past couple of years, especially, have been a lot. Obviously, got married. Fiance and I finally got married. A lot of the people watching this video probably already know that, but for anyone who, if you're new, hey, got married. Um, had just a lot of other things happen. Had a close family member pass away, my uncle, earlier this year. A lot of things been going on with my actual day job, where the you know just the changing of roles and that sort of thing, and it's been a lot of things going on. A lot of stuff's kind of been hitting at one time, and it's not that I've been in a bad place or anything. It's just been a lot to take on. So, with kind of all that and trying to manage something else and just trying to kind of keep my head on straight, because um, I feel my head feels like soggy spaghetti most days. So when I actually have time to get around to doing something, I usually just kind of sit. And I'm trying to get better about that. I don't want to just go and work and then sit at home and do nothing and be, a sad sack. I'm trying to get better at doing stuff, which I do have another hobby, which is, obviously the gym here. And that's kind of what I've been doing here recently is really this year kind of trying to work on myself, trying to be my better self. Like I said, when I started the whole YouTube thing, I didn't really know what I wanted it to be. I knew I wanted to, some ideas that I had, but I didn't really know the theme of the channel. I just kind of wanted to make it and just kind of see where it went. And one of the things that it turned out was that a lot of people tend to ask for advice from me, as though I have my head on completely straight for whatever reason, or want my thoughts about something or whatever. So I don't want to call it a self-help, because but for lack of words, I guess maybe a little bit of a self-help, a little bit of a motivational thing. I don't know. I'm trying to work on like the power of positivity, trying to adopt the attitude that your attitude is a choice and not necessarily a result of what happens around you, but that it's a choice, that it's like a muscle. You have to train it and you have to make it work the way you want it to. And if you want to have a good attitude, then you have to consciously think, yes, I want to have a good attitude. So I'm trying to work on that. Been trying to work on myself. I don't know if you can tell from my shoulders here, but I've been working out. I've been working out since New Year's Eve last year. And really, that's kind of been my main focus, my main hobby, and my main kind of thing that I've been using to try and make myself better. Now, I haven't really been advertising that or whatever. I mean, people close to me know that, and on my personal Facebook, I'm not shy about posting progress pictures because I'm very proud of myself. But I was asked to kind of do something with YouTube, and so here I am trying to do something with this, and just kind of kick it around a little bit more, see if there's something here for it. But because I was asked, and kind of to go along with the whole self-help thing, and to kind of explain what I've been doing and being here at the gym and everything, real briefly, I kind of want to talk about why I'm here at the gym, because that's a question I get asked a lot. I've been to the gym a few times over the course of my life, and this past year I made the decision to start going kind of religiously, and a lot of people ask, they're like, well, what are you trying to do, and why are you going to the gym? There's kind of that, why would you do that? And that's an excellent question. Why would I pay a decent amount of money to another person to go to a building that they own or rent, and go into that facility and lift heavy objects and put them back down for about an hour or so, several times a week, when I could just as easily sit at home in my fuzzy pants and just watch TV or play video games? Excellent question. Very good question. Very good question. Because that would be too easy, I guess. Like I said, I'm trying to better myself. But I mean, it comes from another place. There's several reasons why I've decided to start this. My goal is, don't laugh, but my goal is to kind of bodybuild a little bit. Now, I'm not trying to be like Arnie was back in the day, one of those like ridiculously chiseled people, but I am trying to kind of change my look and try to get a more square frame, a little bit more muscle tone, obviously stronger, and I've gotten stronger. And it's kind of a quality of life choice too. I'm not just doing it for looks. I'm doing it because I actually want to be healthier, stronger, pay more attention to what I eat, what I consume, and just in general be a better Jay. Because for a long time, when I was a kid, right? When I was a kid, I was a beanpole. I was tall, had super fast metabolism, and I was always a bigger framed person, but I was still a relative beanpole. And so when I was a kid, I was super scrawny, skinny, screeny. And, then when I got about 12, 13 years old, I started to kind of get a little pudgy and was a bigger kid. And then kind of through high school, my weight kind of went back and forth a little bit. My senior year of high school was a very good year for me just personally. And I think between that's when, some really solid friendships in my life started happening, and I was dating a girl at the time, and everything was kind of good and kind of looking up. Things were going my way. So I think just kind of the general good vibes that I had during that time, as well as, I had a PE course that was basically P90X before P90X was a thing, where we just did push-ups for an hour and a half. I think that helped a lot too, but I got really skinny then. Went to college, some things changed, and I started to gain weight. And I didn't really gain weight until my sophomore year. I didn't really get my freshman 15. It hit me the next year with interest. And I got pretty big. Not massive, but pretty big. Bigger than I wanted to be. And I was just, a broke, poor college kid who was stressed and mad, and whenever I was done with whatever, again, soggy spaghetti is in my head, I go home, pretty much just lays on the couch, and then, for me, trying to eat healthy is not drinking that extra Mountain Dew, at that point in time. So, I wasn't really taking care of myself. Well, then, obviously, I graduated, some other things happened, that I really don't want to, get into here right now, but, for better or worse, things happened, all that. And I started to lose some weight, and I've kind of just basically, I say all this to say that I've gone back and forth in my weight for years. Kind of skinny, kind of big, kind of skinny, kind of big, got kind of big, got kind of pretty skinny again, and then I've just been fluctuating back and forth. And so this past year, I just really decided, like, I want to make this change. I want to make this change here and now to be a better me. And so a good friend of mine that I've made here in the past few years, he used to bodybuild and still kind of does. And, I was talking to him about it. He said, well, hey, man, come to my gym and let's start working out. And so we started working out, and he's taught me a lot of good things and kind of taught me what to do and how to do things and all this, and I've made a lot of progress. Now, unfortunately, we haven't been able to work out as much recently because of work schedules and that sort of thing. But, I'm still going, and we go together when we can, and, it's something that I genuinely enjoy, and I've made a lot of progress. And it's a thing where I can look at myself now and see how I look and say, I did that. Along with that too comes better food choices. Paying attention to what I eat, not eating certain things. In bodybuilding, you can eat a lot more, but you still can't eat junk food. So, it's really a quality of life thing along with it too, because I'm to an age now where I'm seeing a lot of people not be in good health, and it has effects. I'm seeing people, who aren't much older than me. Unfortunately, their quality of life is bad, frankly. And, people that like I used to know, or people, I went to school with or whatever, you start seeing people. And also, I mentioned my family and that sort of thing. As you start to see your parents or grandparents or whatever, just as you see people age and sort of see how their health changes, it makes you think more about health and about how you want to be, and really trying to take control of that. And so that kind of goes along with what I was talking about, the attitude thing. I mean, so it's a change of attitude. I want to be this way. I want to make a better decision here, but it's also a change of my lifestyle as far as working out and eating better. And it's more, and that all goes back to wanting to take control of my life, because, and this is kind of the base point of all this, is that a lot of people, they kind of just coast through life, right? They just kind of coast through life. They don't, a lot of people get to a point where when they're kind of done their summer years, I guess you say, when you've graduated from high school or college, if you do that, you get your job, okay, cool, whatever, and then they just kind of get on a course and coast. And they kind of feel like they're being taken advantage of, like life is taking them for a ride, and they're just, they're on rails. And I don't want my life to be like that. I want to take control of my life and make a conscious decision that, hey, this is what I want to do, and I'm not going to let myself be stopped by whatever circumstance. A lot of people, like I said, that they'll get to a point where they kind of just let life happen to them, and I don't want to be like that. And I've always had a mentality where I don't want that to happen. I don't want to just assume that this is life and this is the way it's going to be. If you want to make a change, you can make a change. It's never too late to make a change. I mean, I'm 30 and I'm just now really starting to work out the way that I want to work out. It's not too late. I don't think so. I hope not. I mean, I'm making progress. Now, maybe I can't make the progress that a 20-something would have made, but hey, I can still make progress, and I have made progress. So the long story of all this is that I don't know if this is going to become a fitness channel. Probably not, because I'm still not a shining example of that. And I'm certainly not a fitness instructor. I can tell you any number of people that are better at that than I am, people who actually get paid real, not monopoly money for that. So don't listen to me. I don't want that legal liability. But I can at least tell you that making a change is a good thing. It doesn't have to be a drastic change, but it can be a change for the better. So that's just something that I'm doing now, and you should too. It's never too late to make a change, and it's always a good thing. Life always going to throw something at you. You're very rarely going to have a life that just is, okay, peaches and cream, whatever, this is the way it is. You're always going to have an air conditioner go out, a septic system fail on you. You're always going to have something go wrong at work or in your personal life, but it's how you handle it and ultimately what you decide to do with it. Sometimes you can take a bad thing and make a good thing out of it. You just have to make that decision and make life your own, and make your decisions to do that. Attitude is a choice, not a result. Keep that in mind. Thank you.